Hey VV Nation, welcome to the channel, and that's right, this is the video you guys have been waiting for, my top 10 stocks for 2025. It is hard to prognosticate what stocks are going to do the best for a whole year with so many moving parts throughout the year. By the way, my name is Glenn. I'm the senior stock market strategist for VectorVest, and I love doing this. I've done it for the past 3 years or so, but last year, as we're going to get ready to look at it in a second, we did about 25% for the year. The the S&P was up about 25%, so we kept up right with the S&P. As a matter of fact, let's get right into the program. Here are my top picks for 2024, 24.81%. I've already closed it out. I got a new one started. We'll take a look at that in a second. So every year I go through what my top 10 picks are, and every year they do well. So I use the power of the VectorVest software to look at our indicators to give some kind of indication of how these stocks should fare out throughout the year. But now a lot of other things come into place. What industries are they in? What industries are hot? What industries look to be hot going into the year 2025? I think quantum is going to be a big move. AI is going to be a big move again. I think Bitcoin is going to be a move as well, amongst other industries. But I think with the advent of nvidia having the greatest year ever, I think that AI carries over into next year. I think it picks up with quantum, it picks up with cybersecurity, it picks up with defense. A lot of things, a lot of moving parts going in, especially with a new administration coming in. So I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get right into the stocks. Here are my top 10 stocks for next year. NVIDIA, I don't even need to say anything about it. It was the hottest stock on the planet, the most powerhouse stock. The stock is undervalued. I love that. Fundamentally sound. It's one of the best stocks out there. But what are you going to need to do? You're going to need to know when to get in and when to get out. And going throughout the year, I think I'm going to make videos on when news comes out on these individual stocks. That helps you to understand if it's the right time to still be in the stocks. Axon, they've got the market cornered on body cams for police and for the military and for everything. They're also getting into drones for help for EMS and for the fire departments. And they've got that market cornered. They've got that market cornered. I think the stock is going to have a big, big move throughout the year. Amazon, the biggest online retailer. There's not much more to say about that. They're using AI to help also in that, just like NVIDIA. VRT is an interesting pick because with NVIDIA having problems with their GPUs, the chips heating up, VRT is going to play a role. There's another stock that's out there, but I think VRT is a better play. Moving from air-cooled to liquid-cooled, it's going to play a big role in these AI devices that are getting better and getting better, but running chips hotter. I think Vertiv Holdings is going to play a big role. And Netflix, entertainment, the biggest and best out there. As they start to get more into live streaming stuff, they got to get that stuff fixed. All right, that's a new venture for them. They had NFL games. They had the fake fight. Oh, I can't say that. They had the fight with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. They're getting into football. They're going to get into more live games. I thought and saw that a lot of people picked up new subscriptions with Netflix just to be able to see the football games. That was smart on their side. They're going to grow subscribership, and Netflix, I think, is going to be a big play next year. Meta, social media, using AI for social media. Social media ain't going nowhere. Maybe TikTok, but social media ain't going nowhere. And in utilizing AI to make it better, I think that's a great way to go. Vistra energy, drilling, oil. This is going to be a good play in the energy space. There are a couple of other stocks that I like, but Vistra I like. It is undervalued, fundamentally sound. I do like that play going into 2025. Palantir, you've heard me talk about Palantir for the past couple of years. Palantir is just getting better and better, looking at real-time information, taking in data to dish out real-time information. Companies are seeking out Palantir globally to do work for them. Our governments are, the Department of Justice, Israel, everybody. Everybody and their mama want to go to Palantir to get some help. Stock is way overvalued though. Why? Because I think that it needs to start making some real money. It needs to put its real big boy pants on. But all of these contracts that are out there, and they keep getting contract after contract after contract, have to come to fruition. Google, there's nothing more to say about it. The biggest thing with Google is Willow for quantum computing. That was huge. And I think quantum computing is only going to go as far as the advances allow them to go. As more and more companies get into this space and start showing some signs of progress, I think quantum computing has a big role to play this year. Yes, I did go with a crypto stock. A lot of eyeballs on it. The incoming president is favorable to it, which could push it further. The only stock that I'm going to take in this space is IBIT. I think Bitcoin is the way to go rather than a lot of the other meme coins. And it is in an uptrend with the RT above at 1.74. And ionq is my pure quantum play. Is ionq more so than quantum or a lot of the other stocks out there. Ryan has already talked about a watch list of those stocks. I think I like ionq the better play. All right, so with that being said, all holds and all buy recommendations, I want you to see something. Notice with my indicator that I've put into the software a while ago, not too long ago, RS times CI times growth. Look at all of these. The combination is good on all of them with the exception of ionq. I still think that the quantum space is more of a speculative space. That's right. I called it theoretical. I'm going to call it again. But I think that it's got a great upside as long as the companies within the space keep advancing. Now, I want to show you something on the bottom of this as we look at our watch list average, relative value above 1, relative safety, altogether, these are fundamentally sound, good plays going into the new year. Now, I've got some stocks, and here comes the twofer. I'm not going to go deeper into this next section of stocks. These are my top stocks on the radar for 2025. Stocks that I just couldn't put in the top 10, but I think are good stocks. AVGO, Quantum as an ETF, QTUM, Walmart, the biggest retailer just in general, brick and mortar stores, SoFi, FinTech, which I think is going to be a great play. And I want to introduce you to VGT. VGT looks at AI stocks, unlike when we look at the NASDAQ, we look at the Qs. The Qs looks at tech stocks, but not every one of them are AI. Vanguard Infotech, VGT, is going to be a good way to play AI as a whole. Just like AIQ works out well, but the Vanguard Infotech, in case you didn't know of it, I want you to keep your eyes on that, okay? CEG for uranium. I think that uranium is going to have a good year. We're going to see how that works out. I thought it was going to have a good year last year. Not quite where I'd like to see it. But CEG just got a contract to get nuclear power for the government, for the U.S. government. CrowdStrike. Yes, I like cybersecurity. I thought it was going to move up bigger than it did last year as well, but I just couldn't put it in my top 10. SoundHound, a great AI play. Love that play. It's way overvalued though, but in an uptrend, not fundamentally sound, but I do like to play. URA for uranium and defense. I still think that defense is going to be a good play. I'm going to add one more stock on the fly. I think the comeback stock for next year is going to be AMD. And again, that's on the fly. It's sell recommended stock. I'm telling you that I think that nothing can happen outside of NVIDIA when it comes to the AI space without AMD. And I think AMD is going to be the comeback stock of the year. You heard it here. It's going to be the comeback stock of the year. It is undervalued and fundamentally sounds just not going up in price, and it is a sell recommendation. All right. So those are my stocks, my top 10 stocks, and I gave you 11 more for the year to keep on your radar. These are great stocks. I just couldn't put them into my top 10. Now, I want to show you something else. As I look at The watch list average, notice that my watch list average is not nearly as strong. Look at RV below 1, RS barely above 1, RT at 1.15, VST above 1, CI at 1.3. Look at the sales growth. Growth at 12, sales growth at 20. All right, that's why these stocks made this list. Let's go back to my top stocks for 2025 once again, and look at the bottom down here now. Look at the bottom down here now. RV above 1, RS above 1, RT above. Look at these. Much better values from the VectorVest matrix. Growth at 23, sales growth at 35. I always like when I'm looking at a stock for the sales growth to show me that it can support the earnings growth, because earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Sales is the fuel. And I'm looking at the sales growth compared to earnings growth. This is why these stocks are my top stocks for 2025. But I gave you a twofer. I gave you the stocks that I just couldn't put on my top 10. These are stocks I want you to keep your eyes on. These are definitely my biggest radar stocks for 2025. Now, I'm going to go back to the portfolios. 24, I created a portfolio for 2025 top stocks. Here they are once again. Top 25 top stocks for 2025. No movement yet, but no stops. We're going to live and die by these stocks going for the year of 2025. And then I created another portfolio for the stocks on my radar. These are the stocks that just didn't make it. And guess what? AMD is not in here. I'm probably going to add it at some point in time. But these were my 10 that were the stocks that are on my radar. These are great stocks. I think they're going to have good upside going into the year. But my top 10 stocks, I think, are going to outperform it. There you go, folks. You wanted it, and there you are. A lot of these stocks I'm going to do videos on throughout the year to make sure you're in and out of them for the right time. I'm going to show you how to manage all of these trades throughout the year. All right, you guys made this 2024 a solid year for our videos and for our channel. I want to ask that you continue to support the channel, and we're going to continue to put out these videos for you to help you guys make the right decisions. Folks, Happy New Year, and here's your stocks. And I'm going to do another video soon. Hold on, I'm going to do another video soon. Notice that a lot of these stocks are overvalued. I'm going to put out my top undervalued stocks for 2025 probably within the next 2 weeks. Love that a lot of you guys want undervalued stocks. I'm going to put those out for you as well. Folks, again, we want to put the content out for you so that you can make the right decisions. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya. Hey, VV Nation, that time of the year is coming up again, where we kick off the year with our Tampa 2-day event. It's going to be live January 10th and 11th. And you know something? If you can't be there live, it's okay, because you can join the live stream for absolutely free. Go to www.vectorvest.com/stream to register for the live event to stream it. I will be the host for your event, but we're going to have Steve Chappell, Jerry D'Ambrosio, Jim Penna. It's going to be an awesome event.